Good morning and welcome back to Abide, where we are currently looking at the miracles of Jesus. Jesus performed many miracles. He responded with such compassion to those who came in search of his help. As you tune in this morning, I wonder, what is your need today? What would you like to bring to Jesus? Are you like the disciples in our story today, afraid, terrified of what you see and of what you hear? Today's story can be found in 3 of the Gospels, in Matthew, Mark and in Luke. We find out in Matthew's Gospel chapter 8 that Jesus and the disciples are in a boat and they are caught up in a mighty storm. And the disciples are terrified. They are afraid for their life. They believe they're going to die. But Jesus was not alarmed by the wind and the waves and the storm, for he was asleep in the boat. And the disciples come to him and they wake him up and they say, "Lord, save us, we're going to drown." And he says to them, "You of little faith, why are you afraid?" Strange question when the wind and the waves are raging on around them. However, Jesus was with them. His presence, his very presence was with them. And Jesus got up and he commanded the wind and the waves to stop, to be still. And the storm was over. You see, they were in the very presence of Jesus. And they said, "Who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Who is this man? Who do you say he is? He is the miracle worker. And he rebuked them for their little faith. However, they did know who to turn to in the midst of their storm. They knew to turn to Jesus. "Lord, save us." Can I encourage you this morning, like the disciples, if you find yourself right now afraid, caught up in a storm, afraid by what you see, afraid by what you hear, can I encourage you to turn to Jesus? He is the calm in your storm. Sometimes though, he chooses, like we hear in this story, to command the wind and the waves to be still, to command the storm to be over. Then there are other times where the storm will still rage on around us, but instead what he chooses to do is calm you within the storm. So even though the storm is not over yet, he brings you that peace and that calm and that stillness so that you can weather the storm, knowing that he is with you. He promises us that he will never leave us, nor will he abandon us. So can I encourage you today, if you are afraid, if you're afraid of the wind and the waves and the noise and the storm, by what you see and by what you hear, can I encourage you today to invite Jesus to come into your boat and be with you? For his presence will bring you calm and peace, even while the storm is raging around you. Or he may choose to say to the waves and the wind to be still. So trust him, invite him in. Until next time, God bless.